Alright, you guys, so Fairy Tale final season, episode 28 this week goes down like this. Lady Irene basically decides to torture Mira Jane with this sort of magic technique called Universe 1, but August basically comes in and says, "Hey, Irene, you use this technique without making sure it was alright with Sarah first, and then Lady Irene says, I basically had to do it to avoid a fight with that Nologia. And then August basically delivers the final blow to Mary Jane's chest, because so that he can bring Lady Irene and Brandish back to Zareth. So because Zareth has said that it's time for all members of the Spurgeon 12 to reunite to carry out Zareth's true plan of attack on Fairy Tale. But luckily, Mira doesn't die because Brandish used her shrinking magic to sort of shrink Mira's heart, and then Lozana finds Mira, and then Mira's like, "Come on, Lozana, we gotta get back to the Guildhall. The 12 are getting together for their main line of attack." And then Zara basically says to Mavis, "Boy, the last time we met like this has to be over 100 years ago." And then as Zareth and Mavis are having yet another conversation, Zareth's main advisor basically freezes Mavis into ice, to basically remind Zareth that, hey, Your Excellency, is it wise to have still this much of a relationship with the very thing that you came here to destroy? Because as we know, everybody, Mavis actually is fairy art. And then Zareth says to his advisor, whose name I'm not even going to try and say, "You're such a worry wart. Now please unfreeze Mavis." So he does, and then Zareth basically takes Mavis outside, so that she can see the amount of destruction that Zareth has already done to the Guildhall. And he says to Mavis, your friends will come here, but can they get through my entire army? And then we see Argy, which is that wizard that's basically a knockoff of Gara, as far as I'm concerned, along with some revived members of the Arachion faith, and Angel actually runs into her sister Unico, and Unico says, I finally found you, big sister, at long last. And then Angel says, I don't know who you're talking about, because a real big sister would never commit so many sins. But 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 don't you worry. One day I will be back and prove to you that I still am the big sister that you deserve. And then it cuts to sort of, and then it cuts to the exact opening scene of episode 1 of the final season, where Urza basically is it, it basically watching the sun come up, and she says, rest easy for now, everybody, because this just might be the final dawn. Uh, 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 and then not to Lucy, Gray, Urza, and Julia basically make the decision to to basically attack the Algarez army full on, because if all the members of the guild come together, we should be able to do this. And we see sort of a somehow miraculously revived God Sienna, but sort of in a more suppressed form, kind of like almost it is a revived version of God Seda, but it's almost like he's become sort of a naive idiot, but make no mistake, everybody, God Sienna still has all of his massive power, including the ability to use all types of magic, even Dragon Slayer magic. And but right before he pops up, not doing the others are actually able to make easy work of Sarah's army of soldiers, but that's before this new white this new person called the I can't say his first name right now, guys. But he basically looks like basically he is a Draenei, and Zeref calls him his secret weapon. So right as Natsu and this suppressed God Seda are about to engage in battle, who should appear but no one other than Fairy Tail's strongest wizard, the legendary Guildarts, and Guildarts basically says, "Yo, everybody, what's up? And let's deal with these guys quick, because I'm hungry, and I want to get back into the guild hall." And that's basically where the episode ends.